thinking's dangerous.
But you're not going to be licking the streets and stuff, are you?
Hit balls and not have to go home and do homework.
I could have given birth to Davina.
Bet me a tub of Ben & Jerry's yesterday, he bowled me out in 6 balls.
Yes, queen!
Drowned in flat whites and Cortado.
Hello, and welcome back to Under the Lid, the Professional Cricketers podcast with me, Jack Brooks.
And me, Katherine Sciver-Brunt.
Here she is. How are you?
Yeah, not bad, thanks. Well, I say that. I'm actually just, drowning in spew and poo. And I feel like I've said this before, but it's actually real.
What about Theo?
Well, I mean, as all parents know, we don't get to spew up here. There's no time for that, is there? Obviously, so
Not anymore. I feel like this has become a new parents podcast. In terms of our first things we chat about is how hard it is having kids.
Well, hopefully we put people off.
Jesus! Just before this podcast started, I had to get my fiance to go. Like, can you just leave the house with these two because they're not very well and they're being a nightmare. So, but I love them dearly. Obviously, I just need a bit of peace for whilst I do some work. Now, what you've been up to since we last spoke? Our last guest, Lindsay Smith, has started the tournament pretty well, and so has your wife. So, what insight have you got for me?
Well, I did message Lindsay the other day after that first game against South Africa. It was just a belter, wasn't it? Like
Little in swingers.
It just felt just right for her. She's like, people were saying, oh, new role for you, and she's like, no, I've been doing this a while. She has opened the bowling a lot of times, and not a turn with the ball, but certainly goes with the arm, as you know, little in swingers. Yeah, and they're effective. The best bit about that was a good team first up, and they didn't get to have a look at her. So she cashed in. I was just so pleased for her because she just really needed that, especially just always being second fiddle to Sophie and being compared to her and almost left out of the team for God knows how long, for her. And now they have this place with each other, and it's great.
100%. They got niche roles, haven't they? Completely different bowlers.
Yeah, exactly, and it works because she's tall. She gets up and over. She turns it, bounces it. Lindsay can be skiddy, just always bringing it back in. Like she has quite good control when she's confident, and I love when they're confident and they're feeling good. They're very, very good together, and I just hope that they can do that against the big guns.
That's cricket, though, isn't it? Confidence is nearly about 90% of probably how you play, isn't it? And you play at the top level. I haven't, obviously, but I'd imagine even at the top level, you need confidence. You can't just, unless you're really experienced, you can't just get by, can you?
No, I think that's the superpower of our guest today, actually.
Yeah, I was going to say it's probably suited to our guest today, who just exudes confidence, doesn't she?
Yeah, definitely. Other than that, Theo's been to a lot of countries in the womb, and out of the womb has been to quite a few as well. So I've been to Abu Dhabi, Dubai, and then wherever I've just been, Sri Lanka. I went there for 8 days just to break up the 6 weeks, basically. And although it's a bit risky with a newborn, as you know, with the old dengue fever and all that.
Yeah, but you're not going to be eating street food or going to be out licking the streets and stuff, are you? So.
No, we were very much in a cocoon in the hotel. So, no, it was great. It was lovely to be there. Theo to get his first 100. The team's doing well. The journey, however, was horrific, and I shall never be travelling solo for 14 hours ever again. Can confirm.
It's tricky, but I mean, you've done it, bless you, and it's not going to get much harder than that until they're a toddler and they just want to walk around the whole time.
And that's it. Right, should we let everybody know what we've got going on then? Because we've had a little bit of a build-up. I'm sure everybody knows, or may not know, that this is our last episode of the series.
That's last regular episode, yeah. There's a couple of specials, isn't there? Sad, isn't it? Sad.
Yeah, and as always, it's brought to you by the PCA and the Cricketer. And on today, we've got one of the future stars of the women's game. Just a little background. She's represented England under 19s and the England A team this year. She started at the top of the order, opening batsman for Warwickshire, and hit an incredible century at the 100 Eliminator. And if you didn't know it already by now, then you will in a minute. She's also been voted just recently as Toyota PCA Women's Young Player of the Year. So let's welcome Davina Perrin.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Hello, Dav.
How's it going?
All right.
Yeah, not too bad, just ticking along.
First meeting for myself and you, Dav. I'm going to call you Dav. Is that right?
Hang on, you two have never met?
Never met.
No.
Well, I thought you were generally. I thought you would have some sort of just assume you knew everyone in the women's game. To be honest, Brunty, it was probably.
Well, I obviously know of her, just don't know.
Well, she would know
her.
of you, I'd imagine, as well. I've probably met her a lot more than you have. Then I've coached her for a little bit. Well, I say coached her. I was in another net watching her bat. But
being out of the coaching world, that's what happens. I think if I'd have stayed or had not had a child and gone into that, I'd probably know all the youngsters. But yeah, I think as it stands, I could have given birth to Davina, so not quite a similar age. Let's get straight to it on 2025. So this season, just want to know like some of your highlights and how you've grown as a player. Because obviously you're only 19 or just turned 19, and it feels like you've been around a bit already. When really were you 15 when you first entered for Warwickshire? I think as a pro, and So how that's gone for you?
This season's it's been a bit new, like the whole new county structure, being a part of the Bears and like having almost like an actual home. I think that's definitely helped. Been my first season without being in full-time education too, so that's just whole new ball game, isn't it? When you can actually just hit balls and not have to go home and do homework or whatever nonsense I was doing, which I didn't do much of anyways. I wasn't very good at the old homework, but we never mind that, innit? But yeah, it's been pretty good with the Bears. 2 finals days. We obviously went into it as underdogs. Very young team. We sat there the one time and I was like, should we do an average age of the squad? And this was with Laura Harris as well, who knocks it up a bit. I hope she don't mind me saying. And it was like something like 21 or 20. So we had a very, very young team, which I think for myself allowed me like an opportunity that's quite rare. Whereas a young player, you almost get to step up, and I felt it was the right time to try and step up and take on more of a key role in the squad and try and like help drive the squad forward. But I mean, that was backed up by literally everyone else. Everyone else had that same mindset and stepped up to the plate, and paid off in the shorter format. Got a bit of work to do in the old 50 over comp. But yeah, no, it was a good season with the Bears. It was a blast, amazing. Good to give Surrey a bit of a run for their money as well, but didn't quite get over the line. And yeah, the whole sort of eliminator final weekend of the 100, that was a surreal 48 hours, to be fair. So that's definitely up there as well.
Yeah, that's a big time thing, not just for yourself, but things like that do wonders for the game, for the women's game, and it's so nice to see. There's been too many years where you've just sort of the England team just sort of plod along, and you wonder who's pushing who's driving who, and when people like yourself come along and do things like that, people have to take note, and people get a bit twitchy about their place in the squad, and it's great. I love it. Healthy competition, and it's nice to see. Like, your average age being 21 in that squad is great. That means the future's bright. Like, you've got a squad in the finals and you're all young. Imagine, like, 2, 3, 4 years down the line, could it all be changing the outlook of the England team. It's great.
Yeah, pretty cool.
100% be knocking on your wife's door soon, wouldn't she, Brunty?
Yeah, why not? I need her at home. I can't be bothered with her being away all the time. Now, did you meet up? I think, did you meet up with or have any conversations with Nat and Charlotte in the summer about anything?
I had Lottie message me well done when I batted well. That was quite nice. So it's almost nice to see like that when you do something, it's being noticed. Reassuring at my end, I guess. But yeah, it was just being around the A stuff was really how it went for me. Working with Judge a fair bit was about it.
Yeah. He's a hard ass. I love Judge.
Yeah.
Now, when you had your Superchargers time, What was it like living in Leeds? Obviously, living in Birmingham or Wolverhampton. Sorry, I know you're a proud Wolverhamptonian, but then obviously still, like you said, till recently a schoolgirl, if you like. What was it like living up in Leeds and just a new big city? Obviously, exciting franchise stuff. Like, talk to me about that experience.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit more busy than the Black Country, I can tell you that much, being in the Leeds city centre. Because I've been there the year before. I'd been saying before I went, I was like, oh, I can't wait to go back up north. I quite enjoyed it up there.
A good night out.
It is, yeah, probably at my age as well. Like, it's nice having things to do. Good food spots about. So being in the hustle and bustle of the city centre comes with its perks, doesn't it? But only for a month. I'm not sure I could do that like all year round. I don't mind my Black Country spot, so.
You're a home girl at heart, aren't you? Because you're a Wolves fan, aren't you? Big Wolves fan. Family are all big Wolves fans, aren't they?
Yeah, born and bred. I mean, born in Wolverhampton at New Cross Hospital. All the locals would know.
Have you been to any Wolves games this winter yet?
I haven't been this winter yet, actually.
You probably don't want to, where they are in the league.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to avoid that topic popping up.
Yeah, sorry, I know it hurts you.
Yeah, I couldn't wait to get that one.
Devastating.
You don't need to go into it too much. I know it's been a tough start for them. We also probably don't need to sell Leeds to Brunty and I too much, because I've lived there and Brunty spent a hell of a lot, and she's pretty much from down the road, isn't she? So Yorkshire is a great place to live at times. So you're in the 100. You're 100. You got in the 100. Do you feel like that changed your life at all? It just, it's like, I imagine your phone would have been on the blink for 24, 48 hours or so. Like, how surreal was it?
Yeah, I think one of the best things that could have happened was having a final to play the day after, because it means you sort of just, like, for me, it was just stay away from the noise and be around the people I love. That was it. Like, I had a few of my mates come and watch, and my family, so I spent the night with them. Didn't really touch my phone, although I had Alexa Stonehouse in my ear going, Dav, have you seen how many more followers you've got? Dav! I was like, oh no, Lex.
Not Stonehouse.
Not Stoney, yeah.
She's crackers.
Yeah, she's amazing. But yeah, other than that, I was just staying away from it. It was kind of wild. I didn't really get the chance to sit with what I'd done until maybe a few weeks later. Still now I'm a bit like, I don't remember a moment of it.
Where do you get this maturity from? Like, it's just you saying then, the key for you was to stay out of the noise of it. Like, who's encouraging you to do that, or is that just you? Like,
I think in that moment there, it was just me. I sort of just thought that's the best thing to do. Keep my feet on the ground, like, take it as another day doing the job that I'm supposed to do. I had a bit of a drought of runs in the previous game, so I had to make up for it somehow for the team. And my dad's always told me, like, keep your feet on the ground, no matter what. From when I was as young as I can remember, really. Like, my parents were always the first people to, like, support me and, like, celebrate my wins, but at the same time, they'll be the first ones to remind me to, you know, simmer it down a bit as well. Yeah, and I have a lot of siblings. I have a big family, and having loads of older siblings keeps your head this small. Otherwise, you'll get roughed up.
Are you the youngest?
I'm the second youngest. There's 6 of us, 3 girls, 3 boys. I should have really been the youngest, but my little brother, he's an accident, so I like to think I'm the youngest. You know, I'm Daddy's little girl, and then my little brother, he's my mum's golden boy. So we even it out because we're golden boy.
I know what it's like to be competitive and, like, sort of try and stand out in the family. I'm the youngest of 6 children as well, so.
Oh, nice.
I was very competitive with my brother. He was, 3.5 years older than me. I reckon I was a mistake. Definitely. Surely. You can't get to your 6th, wait 3.5 years, and then just knock it out at 40. Why would you do that?
I mean, maybe.
Yeah, so maybe that's where. Do you have any? Like, obviously, you've got this quiet confidence, and sometimes not so quiet, which is great because you need that. Cause it scares other teams when somebody sees someone like fronting up to a fight. You're sort of like, as a person, before you've even bowled or ball or whatever, you're on the back foot because you think, oh, it's a bit about her. Uh-oh. That's the Aussies all over. You look at Alyssa Healy, she walked to the crease and you're just like, she fancies it today. No, like I've got a job on here. So that's the vibe I get from you. And do you think that's from being one of 6? Or where did you get this competitiveness from?
That's a really good question. Probably from being one of 6. I don't really know. It was one of those things I never really noticed about myself until people had pointed it out a bit more recently. I'm very much just in my own little bubble. I just do what I got to do, get the job done, happy days kind of thing. I don't really think about anything else.
Yeah, that's good. Well, to be fair, thinking's dangerous. Just see ball, hit ball.
See ball, hit ball. It's a very simple game when you put it that way. Not so simple when you got a first baller and you've got your back tucked under your armpit and you're walking off, but it's fine.
These days, these things happen. As you probably know, even I feel like it happens from the very beginning, doesn't it? There's no easy ride. So
it's good to have success early in your career, though, because that's only going to give you foundation confidence, isn't it? What was it like winning the 100 as well? Like we had Lindsay on here, who had a great tournament. It's sort of given her a lift back up into the England team. What was it like for you to win? Because that was probably your first trophy as a pro as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was pretty cool. I've seen a lot of silver medals, so it was nice to get a gold one. So for a change. No, it was. I think that team's probably the best team I've ever played with. It's unbelievable group, great staff and coaches as well. But winning was crazy. It was mad. That's all I've got to say.
I said that Superchargers would win from the off. I just thought you had a great team, great squad. I thought you'd win last year as well, but there was just a few wobbles. And when you lost Wareham, I was a bit.
Yeah.
He's a big. She can, contribute a lot. So, but fair play, like it was great. I was really happy that you guys won. I was properly happy, especially for the North,
Yorkshire.
Yeah, it might look I don't know how different it's going to look, the 100, but I'm excited. I'm excited for it. And excited for you that obviously that performance, that 100, you'll have got a few new owners thinking, which is great. You're always on show. It's always sort of, what do you call it, an audition. I'll say that. For all these franchises, you get a call out of nowhere for just doing one thing. It's great. I love it. Are you excited for that? What's the one franchise in the world you'd like to have a crack at, if you could?
Oh, good question. One franchise in the world. I think the WBBL is quite exciting.
Have you done a 6-month stint in Australia yet?
No, I haven't.
Been at school, hasn't she? She's been.
I know that's ruined everything.
It's all about your world's going to explode now for the next 5 or 10 years. It's going to be a bit different to what you've done for the last 5 or 10 years.
Yeah, talk to a few of the girls. A lot of the girls have done it. Obviously, Holly Armitage done it a lot. Lauren Winfield, Hill, everyone. I grew up playing cricket for England, but it was like the thing to do. You would just get away from the winter and go literally play cricket for 6 months. You'd play Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and just be, a carcass on Monday.
That's class.
But it's great. Like, it's so good. I recommend it highly. Probably not 6 months, obviously, but because you have commitments and things to your. Now you're all professional, but yeah, it's definitely worth a crack. And just to learn from them. Why would you not just go and see how the best in the world do it and do it better?
Yeah, for sure. I'll take you up on that. Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, talk to the girls and see how it's done, because I know Lauren's, she's out playing in Brisbane, and it's a whole professional outfit there now. She has a contract every year. I don't know if it's 3 or 4 months, but yeah, it's brilliant. And Holly can't get enough. She keeps going back. Sun Queen.
Best time of your life playing cricket.
Even though she's a pale ginger, she follows the sun. Let's talk about the next stage then, because that bit, I imagine people have boiled your head about, potentials, playing for England, etc. Is that it's not always something people want to do. I didn't want to play for England. I mean, things were a lot different back then than they are now, but I just really loved playing for my county and staying at home. I was a home bird. So, do you have ambitions to play for England, and do you care when?
Yeah, I mean, playing for England would be pretty cool, Not half bad, is it? I'm not one to put a timeline on anything or like set like I don't know, like goals from that perspective.
For instance, if you got called up like in the summer and they were like, "Oh, Davina, welcome to the England team. Will you just open the batting, please?" Would you be like, "Yeah," or would you be like, "Oh, not ready yet. Send me back"?
I think, like, as an individual, I've always had a bit of imposter syndrome. Sort of like, no matter what environment I've been in, there's always that bit at the back of your mind where you're like, "Oh, should I really be here? Like, is there not someone else who could do the job a bit better than me?" Kind of thing, which I think is a very natural thing. Like speaking to a lot of the girls, I think particularly a lot of like younger girls, like we have a lot of that in common. Sort of entering new environments, but I think that's just part of it. That's just part of the way things go. Eventually, you come to realise you get opportunities because you deserve to be there. So, I think if I was put in a position, I'd just be like, "Go on, then, let's crack on." As long as I'm having fun, as long as I'm enjoying it, I just take it in your stride.
I think that's the whirlwind of a life that Sophie Ecclestone's had during her time with England. I think she's really struggled with, the love of the game, because you start in the first place, don't you? Because A, you're good at it. 2, like, one of your siblings maybe introduce you to it and you have fun with them doing it, or your parents, and then you did it at school maybe, and then you got a bit better at it, and then you enjoyed it more because you're better at it. And then it's just like, oh, now it's competitive. People are watching me. People are judging me. And it just sort of keeps going. But you always have to remember, what on earth did I start this for? And she's like had this massive challenge, and that'll be the challenge. The next challenge for you is sort of just being fresh and like not really noticing what's going on around you and just doing it anyway. I think I read about a quote you made a season 2 or 2 ago with Warwickshire about when you were playing a game and you didn't realise it was competitive until a bit in. And that is the beauty of where you're at now. That's how I played so well in my very first Ashes series. I didn't have a frigging clue what on earth I'd entered into, and I just did me, and it was great. It was the most free I'd ever felt. And then from that point on, it was like you that sort of becomes a part of you then, the whole expectation and being on show. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to how you might tackle that, because the way you played at Lords, it was like there wasn't anyone in the crowd, but there were, and I'm sure you knew there were 20,000 people there, and you still handled it really well. So no, I've got a lot of faith in you, and I hope somebody can mentor you through that next stage. Would that be your family or someone like Ebony? Or
I was going to say, did you have a hero growing up, Dav? Because obviously you've watched cricket in recent years more than your heroes would be a lot different to ours, probably. Anyone you looked up to and thought, yeah, I like a bit of watching her or him?
Well, my heroes slightly contradict your predictions. They I have three cricketers from the same generation: Sir Viv, Brian Lara, and Sir Michael Holden.
Amazing.
I loved watching them play on YouTube, where you could barely see the red ball fly across the screen because it was all like blippity bloppity or whatever it was called.
Imagine this came from your dad, though, I reckon, didn't it?
Yeah, my dad and my granddad. I just loved it. I just loved watching them play.
Just trying to copy that bit of calypso in the swing, like nothing better, is there? Oh my god!
I wasn't expecting the. Yeah, that's a generation. Like, I grew up watching those guys, and I only really remember Lara out of those three, because even Viv, I'd have been super young when he was sort of out of his peak. But Curtly Ambrose was one of my three growing up, and he was awesome just because of his character and personality, even more than his ability. But he's just drawn to certain individuals. But
that generation though was. You can't really mention other cricketers. They were just so standout. Courtney and like Curtly were just ridiculous. They were just ridiculously better than everybody else as well. It's not like
when the West Indies were good as well.
Yeah, we need them to produce more terrifying 6'7" fast bowlers again.
It'd be nice to get them back on, wouldn't it? They've been good at T20 when they all start playing for the West Indies. But that sort of segues us nicely onto our next sort of segment. I want to talk to you about Black History Month, which I imagine would be quite important to you and your family and community back in Wolverhampton, which isn't even an accent. That's just me saying that. Why is it important to you? What's it mean to you, Black History Month?
Yeah, I guess as a month, it's just another opportunity to shed light on like encouraging diversity, equality, and inclusion, isn't it? So I guess that's a big thing for me. It's something that I'd love to see become more normalised. Like, it shouldn't have to be this topic that we have to bring up and say like, oh, like this is an anomaly, you know. It should. I just think I'd love to see the day where this month that's used to shed light on like a lack of diversity, you could say, has changed the narrative to a point where we look at diversity and go, yeah, that's the norm, you know?
Correct. That's such a wise answer for you. That's awesome. What was your ethnicity? Is it obviously in the Caribbean? Is there any island or mixture of islands that your grandparents were from?
Yeah, so my dad's parents are from Jamaica. So came over as part of the Windrush generation. And my mum is actually Malawian, born in Malawi. Half Malawian, but full Malawian because she was born there. I don't get all the logistics of it, but you know, she was born and raised. So got a bit of everything in me. So she's out Africa. That's where Malawi is. Some of the best food, I'd say. That's the biggest perk. Food and supposedly good genes for an athlete, but I don't really know.
Yeah, certainly sprinters come from Jamaica, don't they? And track athletes. So you are fast as well, aren't you?
Yeah, I was probably better sprinter than I was a cricketer when I was 10. I was quite quick back then. Don't know about now.
You'd be a serious outfielder then.
Supposedly, yeah. They used to, when I first started playing for Sparks, I'd just run around the boundary. That was it. That was the role. Cover as much ground as possible, please.
So obviously you're only 19, but obviously you would have been around conversations with your family and parents. Is there any sort of changes that spring to mind that can encourage more young Black British people into cricket, boys or girls? Do you think there's any key barriers there at all? Is it something that you don't think about, or?
I think it's just breaking down almost sort of like the stereotypes around cricket, you know, being boring and long. And
well, you've changed that, haven't you?
I'm trying.
That's awesome.
But I think there's so much more to it. Accessibility levels, of course. But I think just pushing the narrative that, I mean, sport's for everyone, it's another form of exercise, and cricket's the most enjoyable form of exercise in my opinion, so why don't more people play it? I think if we just increase accessibility, ACE have done a great job of opening up the floor to kids in like state schools, and just showing like the representation, like highlighting the representation that we already have at elite level, and just trying to help trickle that down through the system, I guess.
I think a lot of it could be down to talent spotting as well. I just think maybe you only have to have like a few attributes to be able to take something up. So you might not know about cricket or be able to play cricket, right? And you be at school age, I don't know, 10, 11, 12, whatever, maybe even older, but you're quick and you're strong and you've got a good attitude and you like to work hard. Like just somebody talent spotting an individual like that and bringing them in and then seeing where they can go with it. Like, can you bat? Can you bowl? Can you be coached? That's a big one for me. I've seen so much talent, but they can't sort of translate what's being said. It's really difficult. Like feel and I'm a better learner when I see something rather than being told what to do. I'm much better that way. So I just think talent spotting in that way and pulling people into a sport where they might not necessarily think that was ever going to be it, because they were like, I love football, or I love athletics, or I love running. I think we lose a lot of individuals to other sports because they just don't know what they can do.
Yeah.
Well, I think a lot is lost to that, which is sad.
But there's so many other things they can do as well. Anyone can do now, isn't there? On a Saturday or Sunday, there's so many options for people these days, isn't there? A lot of it might fall down to what your parents are into, or if you've got older siblings.
I've seen that in my little brother. He's 10 now. Football mad, football crazy. Like most young boys, like he's been like that since he came out the womb. And I don't know what's happened over the last sort of year. The more he's come to cricket matches, especially going to the 100 games and like seeing players and everything, like I've slowly watched him fall in love with it.
It's you. It's definitely you.
You're inspiring your brother, who you might be inspiring handfuls of other kids around as well.
Definitely.
Maybe, I don't know. But he's definitely drawing more to a cricket bat than he is to a football at the minute. And that's purely from seeing it.
Might be another Perin.
Maybe, I don't know. Nah. Told him he's not on my level.
He's average.
You've got to help him. You've got to give him a jump up, haven't you? Give him some.
I'll try. But I'll make sure he stays in his lane, He bet me a tub of Ben and Jerry's yesterday. He bowled me out in 6 balls. I've never got so many forward defences out in my life. Yeah.
No, you're the key, Dav. Like, it's always, you got to see it, haven't you, to believe it sometimes. I feel like inclusion is something that if you don't see it, you don't feel like you belong there unconsciously. Not that anybody could have ever told you that, but that it just through not seeing someone of your colour playing a certain sport, you might see that as a barrier unconsciously. Like, some people obviously do get, people saying you don't belong, but on the occasion that they don't, it's still a barrier. So you are the key to that, in opening people's eyes to, like, I'm here and I'm great and I'm gonna dominate, and it's great. I can't wait. And the ACE program's something that's sort of started that for me. And you graduated from that program, didn't you? How did you even get into that?
Yeah, I mean, I think I sort of had probably a slightly different journey to like a lot of the other kids that are involved in ACE. So I got put in touch with Ebony just before the program had been officially set up, through Chris Guest, I think it was. Sat on a call with her because it was COVID times, and we had a great chat, and she's been a really good mentor, to be fair. I know I'm not going to see her all the time. She's a very busy woman, but I know that she'll be there at the end of the phone, So I think that was how I sort of got there. Because I had that relationship there with her, and then they started opening up the academies to train at. So I'd pop down to the Birmingham one every now and then. But I think I was a bit more further along in my cricketing journey. I think I was about maybe 14. So they've just played more of a mentor role for me with Chevy and everyone else around. And that's been what I've needed. They've been there to help me with what I've needed support throughout the years, and I'm ever grateful, really.
Yeah, it can't be underestimated, that, I don't think. I don't think there's enough mentorship at the minute. I think you go into your counties, you do your batting, your bowling, your fielding, your analysis, your nutrition, S&C, whatever, but the mentoring's not really there. The PDW's there, but they didn't play cricket for 10, 15, 20 years, or internationally. You need somebody who can, relate. So I think that's great that Ebony's there for you, and she can help you in so many ways. She's got such a brilliant business brain. She's entrepreneurship, and she's wise beyond her years, and she's good on a night out as well.
Yes.
So many levels. So moving on to our next segment, it's our Take 5, where we're just going to ask you 5 questions to get in quick. Try and get as quick fire as possible, but just to get a bit more insight into you, and not cricket related. So Catherine's got the first question for you.
Yeah, let's get to know you, Dav. Which app on your phone do you use the most?
Probably TikTok.
TikTok, no.
She's down with the kids, isn't she? It's definitely not mine.
My nephew keeps sending me TikTok. I'm like, I can't see it. I don't have TikTok.
That's like me and my dad, except he sends me Facebook stuff, and I'm like, I don't have Facebook.
Oh, poor dad.
What Olympic sport, other than cricket, would you be best at?
100-metre sprint.
What do you reckon you'd run it in? You 11, 12 seconder?
Bloody hell, that would be rapido.
No idea. When I was 10, I was one of the fastest girls in the country, though. So that's my little fun fact that I tell people.
Nice.
Could have seen you at the Olympics then.
It's too boring running in a straight line. Do you not think?
See, I wouldn't even try if I couldn't even take on. Is it Price? Well, she's absolutely rapid.
Really? Oh yes. She's just retired, hasn't she?
Oh, she is great. She'd just blow everybody out and be like, bye. Is it me? Oh yeah. What's the one fact you want to know about your life? So maybe how old you'll live till, or whatever.
How many cups of tea you've had?
How many children you'll have?
Good question.
How many England caps?
How many coffees I would have drank?
There we go. Caffeine.
You don't want to know that.
Caffeine girl.
Yeah.
You drink more as you get older, I reckon.
Do you think? Oh gosh, I'm gonna be drowned in flat whites and cortados. That would be.
Exactly. Can't beat a good cortado, can you? What's your favourite way to eat eggs?
Scrambled, but not wet scrambled.
Not wet scrambled?
Not wet scrambled.
Yeah, you don't want it raw.
Yeah, everyone loves a raw scrambled egg at the minute.
You don't want it rubbery, though.
You what, sorry?
You don't want it rubbery and tofu, do you?
No, not rubbery. The way my dad makes them's pretty good.
Yeah, Dad's always makes my omelette as well. It's amazing. Heart attack amount of cheese. Right, last question. Which TV show is your guilty pleasure?
Guilty pleasure.
Love Island?
Maybe Gossip Girl. I don't know if I've rewatched that a lot.
I feel like a lot of the girls would say that. Nat was obsessed with that, I think, at one point.
Yeah.
It's quite old now, that, isn't it?
Yeah, it might actually be before. I think it was out before I was old enough to be able to watch it, so yeah.
Right. Guys, we've made it to the last round, haven't we, Jack? Give us a lowdown on this round.
It is quiz time. Now, our fantastic sponsor, Simplexity Travel, have kindly donated us this awesome prize. Now, all you've got to do is answer 10 questions as quickly as you can correctly. And if you end up top of the leaderboard, you win an unbelievable trip to go on a 4-day tailor-made winter excursion with one other person of your choosing. And you could do anything. You literally could go skiing, dog sleighing. You can go to an igloo. You can go anywhere you want for 4 days off the back of us on this podcast, but mainly thanks to Simplexity Travel. So good luck for the next 10 questions. We've got Ollie Robinson, the wicketkeeper. Durham's Ollie Robinson is top of the leaderboard after he got all 10 correct in 62.39 seconds. And they are pretty easy, though.
It should be easy. It's all questions about yourself.
It's all crickety and about yourself. They're all reasonably easy.
Oh dear, I don't really know cricket stuff about myself. Okay.
So when you're ready, let me know and I'll fire off the first question.
All right, I'm ready.
Sweet. Okay, the 2025 Women's ODI World Cup is being held in India and which other country?
Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
Which fellow Warwickshire and England under-19s women's player, whose birthday is very soon, was also born in 2006?
Amu.
Yeah.
Kumar.
Who did you make your Central Sparks debut against on the 10th of September 2021?
Sunrisers.
Yeah.
What does LBW stand for?
Leg before wicket.
Yeah.
Who did you hit your highest women's vitality blast score of 87 against this season?
Durham.
Yeah. How many professional Tier 1 women's county teams will there be next year?
9.
Yes.
Come on.
Who did Warwickshire beat in the women's vitality blast semi-final?
Blaze.
Yeah.
Who is Warwickshire women's PCA rep?
Abby Freeborn.
Yes.
Who captained Northern Superchargers women's team this season?
Holly Armitage.
Who scored more boundaries in this year's Vitality Blast, you or Laura Harris?
Laura Harris.
Correct. All 10 correct. We might have someone new at the top. Let's get the producers in my ear for a time check.
Oh.
You need to be 62.39. We'll have it confirmed. 61.57. You are top of the leaderboard.
Yes, queen! What was Ollie again?
Ollie was 62.39. You literally beat him by less than a second.
No way.
That's awesome. You can get thinking about a nice little winter holiday.
I really helped you out with the speed of my asking the questions. Jack, however, was really,
Look. It's usually the other way around. Yeah, apparently there will be more quizzes to come, so you definitely aren't confirmed, but you are top, which could take some beating, I reckon.
Yeah, that'll take some beat. I think Robinson's has started. That's stood for a good.
He was there for a while. Yeah, well done, Dav. That's awesome, and you'll be pleased to know we've finished with you now, so you can go enjoy the rest of your day.
Oh, amazing!
But thanks so much for coming on. You've been a star, as predicted, and you are definitely going to be a future star for many, many years. I can't wait to see how your career unravels, and hopefully Katherine gets to meet you one day. She might get a selfie and autograph with you.
No pressure. You just keep doing you, gal. Don't listen to anybody else, as you are.
Amazing. Great chat.
Cheers, Dav.
Cheers, Dav. Take care. I should have asked you off air. I just assumed you knew each other, that you had met her.
Yeah, I mean, good 20 years in between.
Nah, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. You've been at the game now for 5 minutes, so there's the youngsters coming through. I suppose you won't know them, but they know of each other, but not personally. So no, she's going to be a superstar. I think she'll be a superstar.
Yeah, there's. Do you know what? Even from last year to this year, there were obviously the same names were knocking about. Like even the shortlist for the youngest player of the year last year, I wasn't even taking note. This year, I was just like having a look at these players, thinking, nice, decent. I can see these girls stepping up to playing for England almost immediately. Do you know what I mean? Like you couldn't see that 5 minutes ago, and all of a sudden, just like bam. You know when you have girls who are young, and you're like they're a bit young to play, but now I'm just like there's a good handful who I'm like these girls can play, and they can make some waves, and I'm excited for that. I really love a bit of competition. It's been quite scarce, I think, in the women's game for the last 2 decades, and it's something that's the 100 has certainly helped create. So I'm
new superstars, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm excited for her. She's got the right attitude for it, so it's great.
It sounds like it. She's very switched on. Now that almost brings an end to our second series of Under the Lid, which is highly emotional and sad because I don't know what I'm going to do. Am I going to keep FaceTiming you every other week in the winter just to make sure that we're staying on top of our relationship? I don't know. But we've got at least one more to go, and we've got a men's Ashes special coming in November. I can't even speak. Coming in November as well. It's been another fun, crazy year, isn't it? Obviously, we've had a bit more to deal with off field, but it's been great to see the game, and I'm so excited for the Ashes in the winter, the men's Ashes. I feel like that's what everyone's been talking about for ages, and there's a lot of cricket that's had to be played and still to come, but I'm starting to get a bit more excited about it now.
I feel like we're more excited for it because I feel like we've got more of a chance. Just to, like before you were a bit like, we're going to get smashed, but now I'm like, I think we've got a little bit of a shot. Yeah, anyway, there could be a World Cup emergency pod coming out your way, guys, especially if England win the damn thing. I can't wait.
And I'd love, exactly, and get your wife back on as well with a beer in hand the other side of the world. That'd be good.
She's not coming back on here unless she gives me another 100. Period.
Right. Okay. I wasn't aware of that bet. Let's go with that. But in the meantime, thank you for listening again. Hopefully, we've entertained you and given you a little bit of insight. I've learned a lot week to week about some fantastic guests throughout the summer. We'll see if we can come back for another series, see if we haven't been sacked by the time this goes to air. But wherever you get your podcast, keep listening, liking, subscribing, telling all your friends. And we've got a few more guests to come yet. So thank you.
Ta-da.